Hello, Jelena. How are you?
Not so good. I've had a rough week.
Okay. So you've had a really rough week since our last session?
Yes.
Alrighty. Do you mind if I write a few of these things down? Can you tell me what's been going on, what you would like to discuss today?
Yeah. Well, so I had a really bad fight with my mom,
Okay.
and um, on top of that, I'm failing geometry,
Alright.
and I got a speeding ticket,
Oh.
and on top of all that, my boyfriend's mad at me because he said that I've not been acting right, and then at track practice the other day, he he said that I wasn't where I was supposed to meet him at 2 o'clock. At
Okay, if I could just
Mhm.
interrupt you for a moment and let me just kind of recap just so that before we go into any details about the specific events, I want to make sure that we have the main points that you would like to discuss. So that you had a fight with mom and you are failing geometry. You got a speeding ticket and there's some controversy going on with boyfriend. There's some conflict
Yeah.
going on there.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's about right.
Okay. So just as an overview, you've had a pretty hectic week.
Yeah. Well, it's been a really tough week, honestly.
Okay. And well, one of the things that we talked about last week was the uncomfortableness, the stressfulness of having these arguments with mom.
Right.
And you had a homework assignment. Did you bring that with you today?
I did.
Good, good,
I
good.
didn't get that much, but I got some.
Okay, okay. Well, I would like to make sure that we have an opportunity to talk about that before we get into some of the pressing issues that you have going on.
Okay.
And if you have anything else that comes to mind that we need to add to our agenda, feel free to stop and interrupt me, and so that we can add that in there. And if we can get to it this session, that's great. If not, it's not that we're going to forget about it, but we will definitely come back to it and review it for next week. Does that sound okay?
Okay.
Okay. So one of the activities that I had you do last week when we were talking about thoughts and feelings, and your homework assignment was to do a thought record.
Right.
To where you were going to write down what event occurred, what you were feeling, and what you were thinking as was going to be a result of that, a consequence to that. Could you share with me a little bit about what you wrote?
Yeah, so I brought in that that I got the speeding ticket.
Okay. I could see where that would be very stressful.
Yeah, it was really stressful. So I was mad and angry because I knew that my parents were going to kill me, and they were never going to let me drive again, ever.
Okay. All right. So they were pretty upset.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the next thing was I was out with Steven, and I came in a few minutes late, and I was worried about what my mom was going to say because I knew she was going to yell at me, and she was going to be really, really mad.
Okay. So when you were thinking about these, and as you were doing this assignment, how did you feel about this? Did you think that this was helpful? Was it difficult?
It was hard.
Okay.
Like thinking about it.
All right.
But yeah, I can.
What made it so difficult?
Because my mom's always mad at me,
Okay.
and that's what I noticed is that she's always mad at me.
So by doing this activity, you really was reinforced with the idea that mom's always mad at me. Okay. And I'm just curious if we could do a little activity with that. Would that be okay? All right. And since you did your homework, I will jot this down. Jot this down for you. So mom is always mad at you. Tell me, what does that mean?
Well, it means that we fight all the time.
Okay.
So, yeah. I mean, she's just, we fight all the time.
So, you fighting with mom all the time, what does that mean for you?
It means that I can't do anything right.
Okay, and because you can't do anything right, because you're always fighting with mom, what does that mean?
What does that mean? That means I can't do anything right because I'm a failure. Because I can't do anything right.
Okay, so you feel like that you're a failure because you always fight with mom.
Right.
Okay? So let me just write that down. I'm a failure because I'm always fighting with mom.
Right.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. And I would like to, if it's okay with you, if we could explore that a little bit more. Would that be okay?
Mm-hmm.
So looking at that belief, that idea that I'm a failure because I'm always fighting with mom, if I asked you to rate that between a 0 and 100, 100 being horrible, this is the truth, no questions about it, 0 being absolutely not, there's no truth to this, how would you rate I'm a failure because I'm always fighting with mom?
Well, I'd say 100%.
100% of the time.
I mean, yeah, because we fight all the time, so yes.
Okay. And I'm curious to see if that I'm a failure because I'm always fighting with mom is truthful.
Okay.
I would like to look at an activity that we could do to check and see if that belief is true.
Okay.
And for the evidence that supports that, we can write down on one side, and the evidence that doesn't support that I'm a failure because I'm always fighting with mom, we can write down on the other side.
Okay.
All right? So tell me why I'm a failure because I always fight with mom. Why is that true?
Well, I'm fighting with her because I'm failing geometry.
Okay.
So that's one thing.
So failing geometry.
Yeah.
And could you think of how this you being a failure because you're always fighting with mom is not the truth? Is not real?
Well, we don't always fight now that you put it that way.
Okay. Well, you're saying that you failed geometry. How many classes do you take?
7.
Okay, and geometry is just one class, am I correct?
Yes.
So how many classes are you passing?
Oh, well, I'm passing 6.
Okay.
Plus 2 of them are AP classes, which are really hard classes, and I get college credits for them. So.
Alrighty, and we could put that down that doesn't support that you're a failure. Passing those classes doesn't support that you're a failure.
That's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's just put that down, and AP classes. We want to add that to that list as well. Can you give me a reason for this to be true? I'm a failure because I'm always fighting with mom.
Well, I'm always fighting with her because I'm always late. Because she's mad because I was late.
Alrighty. And you're always late, so you're saying that you fight, you're a failure because you're always fighting with mom because you're always late.
Right.
Alright. Can you tell me something that isn't true about that statement? I'm a failure because I'm always fighting with mom, and you're saying that that's supported by I'm always late.
Well, I get to school on time.
Okay. You arrived for the appointment today with me on time.
That's true.
Okay. Well, let's put those down.
Yeah.
You're not late for school
or work.
Or work. Yes, that's another reason. And you weren't late for this appointment today.
That's true. I'm never late.
All right. We'll put that down. And could you just give me one more support?
Well, I mean, I get to work on time, school on time, here on time, and I get to practice on time.
Okay. We've got several reasons that doesn't support that I'm a failure because I'm always fighting with mom.
Yeah.
All right? And do you have another reason that supports that you're a failure because you always fight with mom?
Because it's easy because we're always fighting.
Okay.
Yeah.
And curious, how many fights did you have this week?
Oh, we had the one that I told you about.
Uh-huh.
That was it. Yeah.
And did you have any other ones?
Well, when you put it that way, no,
Okay.
we didn't.
So you all, what did you all do?
Well, we had the fight. Let's see. It was it's almost a week ago. It would have been 6 days ago because it was last Wednesday.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess we don't always fight. We only fought once.
Okay. So you had some other days that you did some other activities.
Yeah, we went to the movies.
Okay.
And we went and got our nails done.
All right.
Yesterday.
And you didn't have any arguments or fights?
No, we had fun actually.
Okay. All right. So we'll put that down that I'm a failure because I'm always fighting with mom, and that's evidence that doesn't support that. So, Jelena, if I were to ask you again, I'm a failure because I'm always fighting with mom, and you rated that before we did this activity at 100%, and looking at our list now, what do you notice?
I noticed that I don't always fight with my mom, and that I'm not doing as much bad as I thought.
Okay. And so if I were to ask you to rate this belief again, I'm a failure because I'm always fighting with mom, what would you rate it this time?
Well, I mean, now that you put it that way, I'd say 40%.
40%. So we have went from 100% to 40%. What does that tell you?
Well, it tells me, I guess, that sometimes moms and kids fight.
Exactly. Exactly. And it doesn't always mean that you're a failure, correct? That sometimes we might fail a class. Sometimes we might be late. That it's not always that case.
Right.
That was. So what I would like for you to think about, since you did the thought activity, the thought journal that you had, the thought record where you would write the situation, do you have a better understanding about how your thoughts affect the way that you feel?
I do.
Okay, what I would like for you to do is I would like for you to continue on with this activity just to get a little bit more practice so that you feel a little bit more comfortable, because changing the way that we think is difficult. And it is one of the bases of cognitive behavior therapy, as we have discussed before. And it is very difficult to kind of get away from those beliefs.
Yeah.
So I would like for you to do this activity again and have that with us for next time. Would that, do you think you could do that?
Yeah, I can do it.
Okay. And how do you feel about the work that you've done this week?
Well,
that we did here.
I think it was hard, but I could see that how my thoughts are, are a big part of things. So.
And how do you feel about the work that we've done today?
I feel good. I feel much better. So I'm not as worried about my mom.
Okay.
And I.
And you don't feel as much as a failure?
Right.
Great. Well, I look forward to seeing you next week.
Okay.
And if there's anything else that you have, you can jot that down for next week, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
All right, thank you.
It's hard, isn't it? It looks harder than I thought.
Well, I mean, that part didn't. I thought when that timer went off, it meant...
Yeah, it wasn't. But you can go at 12, so if we want to edit some of this, I don't know how to edit, but if you do, then we can. I don't know how to, though.
All right.
All right, so, do you want to watch it, or you just want to use it?
We better watch it.
Okay. Oh my God, I look like an evil minion.
Well, look at me. I look like a freaking working beast.
You're doing good. It just looks like I'm doing this actually.
I look like such a dork.
That's funny. This is not the right one. This is not the last one. 'Cause remember, I went on to track. Yeah, that's not right. This must be it.
Oh that one.
Well, then where the hell is it?
Are you sure it's not the first one?
But I thought it couldn't be the first one because I went into, about how Steven wasn't at the track and you stopped me. Let's see.
Make your thing way. Okay, that one's not yet.
I don't think any of these are it. Where the hell is it? I'm scared that I'm going to delete the wrong one though. I'm getting nervous because I don't see it. But it has to be on here somewhere. Where else would they be? Do you know where else videos go? Alright, if it's not this one, I'm going to delete this one. So we're going to delete this one. Go away.
Look, you got a little arm.
Random arm. It's not on here. Surely it is, though. You saw it recording. I mean, it was counting. It has to be here somewhere. But this isn't it. Look how it's going. Let me find elsewhere else it would go. Because we saw it doing this.
It's still. It looks like it's still recording.
It is.